5 starts now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Nate Myhock. It's been a few weeks since the holiday season ended, and that could mean you're still feeling the effects of a holiday spending spree. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson tells us how a local credit union can help.
There's nothing more stressful than worrying about your finances.
Melody Schultes works as a budget counselor at Ripco Credit Union in Rhinelander. Every post-holiday season, she sees a trend.
People tend to get hit with more credit card debt in January and February.
Melody says with all the money people spend on Christmas and New Year's, Ripco sees more people asking for advice. Melody says every purchase comes at a price, in terms of more than just money. The best thing to do if you have credit card debt is pay it off as quickly as possible, Melody says.
You may have to make some sacrifices and determine wants from needs and just make the largest payments possible.
That might mean pinching pennies for a while. Melody says you don't have to overspend during the holidays.
I think sometimes people feel that a gift has to have high value to be meaningful, which is very far from the truth. So you don't have to spend a lot of money over the holidays.
If you do want to go all out, Melody says,
plan ahead for next year so you don't get into the same predicament.
Ripco Credit Union has budget counselors like Melody to help, but planning a budget and tracking your spending is step number one.
If you're feeling overwhelmed, I absolutely encourage you to reach out to your local financial and ask for help.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Rhinelander, I'm Morgan Johnson.
All right, Jeff, I was looking out the window just now. Some daylight, it looks like.
Yeah, the sun sets at 4:44 these days, so still a hint of daylight out there right now in Minocqua. However, it's going to turn very cold tonight as we have some much colder air on the way. So the snow is now pretty much done with us, except for lake effect snow tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Go Gibbet Grange on Tanagan. But there's a front right there. You see it? That's moving our direction. That is going to unleash some really cold air around here. So we're waiting for the wind to shift, not out of the south, but out of the west. When that happens, that's a cold front going through, and that's going to change our lives around here for several days with single-digit high temperatures in the forecast through Friday. Okay, here's that cold air now. It's just across Lake Superior and building into the Midwest currently. That is all moving our way, and again, it's not going to move quickly. Once it gets here, it's going to stick around for a while. Out there now, though, look, it's pretty comfortable. We're at 30 in Rhinelander, 34 in Stevens Point, so this, though, is going to be a heat wave compared to what's coming our way for tomorrow. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, some mostly clear skies, a couple of flurries out there with low temperatures down near 1. Your full forecast is coming up. Nate.
Thank you, Jeff. A deadly fire broke out at an apartment complex for senior citizens in Kenosha yesterday. 2 people were killed and 5 others were injured. Officials say the building was engulfed in flames by the time fire crews had arrived. 2 of the victims injured are said to have life-threatening injuries. Meanwhile, a Kenosha police officer was also injured while helping residents escape the building. The cause of the fire is currently under investigation. Snowmobiling is a very popular hobby here in the Northwoods, but one man in Michigan narrowly avoided disaster on Sunday morning. Warren Chamberlain was snowmobiling along Trail 99 near Chateau Lodge when his sled caught on fire. Luckily, the rider behind him was there to save his life. Chamberlain said he has no idea how the fire started, but he's just thankful to be alive today.
Right away, he tackled me and threw me in the snowbank and said, "You're on fire." And he helped me put this, my snowmobile suit, which is on fire, put the fire out of that. And then we looked back at the sled and it was already just, burning like crazy.
Thankfully, Chamberlain was able to escape this fire without any major injuries. According to information from the CDC, the Omicron variant is now the cause of nearly all COVID-19 infections in the country. The data shows that Omicron has been accounted for in 99.5% of new cases in the last week. That's slightly higher than the previous week. And since the beginning of December, Omicron accounted for just less than 1% of total cases. Around the world, 18 million Omicron cases were reported just last week. Americans can now order free COVID-19 tests online. The White House opened the federal website covidtest.gov on Tuesday. The official launch is scheduled for Wednesday, but officials say it is working in a limited capacity just a day early. The Biden administration says the website went live early just to make sure there aren't any technical problems. Supplies will be limited to 4 tests per household, and those tests will ship within 7 to 12 days after you order. If you need more tests, the website says people with private health insurance will be reimbursed for the full cost of tests, up to 8 tests per month. The easily transmissible Omicron variant and the general fatigue of the pandemic appears to have a dangerous effect, where some people are trying to catch COVID. Health experts say that's really a bad idea, and they mention that some people may only have mild cases. However, you could still get very sick if you were to get infected. Plus, those who do get the disease are also at risk for long-haul COVID. Still, some people are deciding to take that risk.
He's vaccinated. He actually got the Omicron variant. I don't know. He just went out and he was like, one day he was like, oh, I just bring on the COVID, and he got it.
We should all be doing what we can to avoid becoming infected with Omicron. We should all be doing what we can to avoid being part of this transmission link to other people, including our most vulnerable.
Scientists are now piecing together why some people lose their sense of smell after contracting COVID. A new study published on Monday in Nature Genetics suggests that a cluster of olfactory genes are typically impacted by the virus. Those genes are related to a person's sense of taste and smell. Researchers say this factor increases the likelihood a person with COVID will experience those symptoms by 11%, while some estimates suggest that 4 out of 5 patients will regain those senses. Experts believe the issue of losing taste and smell can lead to negative psychological impacts. Researchers have conducted a study on how school closures during the pandemic has affected children. They say they have found a few trends in the research that suggest closing schools had a negative impact on children's health. Researchers looked at 36 studies conducted in 2020 from 11 different countries. The schools they looked at were closed from periods of 1 week to 3 months. According to the researchers, almost all of the studies documented a decline in mental health and well-being for the students. They also noted an increase of anxiety and symptoms of depression. And lastly, they say they found a decrease in physical activity among the children. On Capitol Hill, the debate over voting rights is underway. Democrats have brought 2 bills to the Senate floor which would impose national standards on the country's elections. But those bills are expected to hit a dead end later this week, with all Senate Republicans unified in opposition. NBC's Chris Pallone reports.
Being repressed. And our democracy is not safe.
Debate underway in the Senate on 2 voting rights bills, key priorities in President Biden's agenda.
If we don't protect the right to vote, we won't have a democracy. It's that simple. That's the reality.
The bills are a response to laws passed in 19 states after the 2020 election, which opponents say make it harder to vote, especially for minorities.
We need a call to consciousness that this is not about partisan power.
A bill named for Congressman John Lewis would require certain cities and states to get approval before changing their voting laws, while the Freedom to Vote Act would set a minimum number of days states would offer early voting and would allow voting by mail for any reason, among other things. But it's a one-sided debate, with all Senate Republicans united against passing the reforms.
This is about one party wanting the power to unilaterally rewrite the rule book of American elections.
Democrats could pass the bills with a simple majority if they all agreed to change the Senate rules.
50 Democrats, all 50, have agreed to the voting rights protection bill. We're just hung on this procedure that effectively gives Mitch McConnell a veto.
While the effort appears doomed to fail,
The public is entitled to know where each senator stands on an issue as sacrosanct as defending our democracy.
Democrats are pressing on. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
We are just 4 days away from the Packer game against the 49ers. Fans from all over the country will be in attendance, and for some, they'll be taking a very luxurious route. We'll explain, but first, we'll have Maine weather with Jeff. We'll be right back.
It's here, Wisconsin. Furniture and Appliance Mart's mega mattress clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars of clearance, floor samples, and overstock mattresses must be sold. Line up for savings up to 85% off. Plus no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Aleve X. It's fast, powerful, long-lasting relief with a revolutionary rollerball design. Because with the right pain reliever, life opens up. Aleve it and see what's possible.
Weather can be weathered. With technology there to help you in a Ford Escape. Winter roads can be tough. Bronco Sport, tougher. And Explorer can take the bite out of chilly mornings. Ford, winter like you mean it. Right now, lease an adventure-ready 2021 Ford Explorer for $389 a month. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
It's a journey unlike any other. An extraordinary lineup of sports competition leading to a moment
when for the first time, the Winter Olympics and the Super Bowl take place at the same time.
And this is the only place to see it all. It will be once in a lifetime.
Watch these events in February, only on NBC 12, from where you live. Get a sneak peek at the upcoming weather for the week with meteorologist Andrew Kiekefer on Newswatch 12 weekends at 10 p.m. Utilizing industry-leading technology, WJFW has you covered so you can stay on top of those ever-changing systems in the North Woods.
It's here, Wisconsin. Furniture and Appliance Mart's mega mattress clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars of clearance, floor samples, and overstock mattresses must be sold. Line up for savings up to 85% off. Plus no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
There you are. Welcome back, my friends. You and I get to chat weather for about 4 minutes. All right, some light snow out there today, but that is not the main story. That's going to be the colder temperatures that arrive for us tonight, and then they just don't go anywhere into the weekend. Single-digit high temperatures are on the way. There goes the snow off into Michigan and Canada right now. We are left over a little bit of freezing drizzle in here, but overall the front that's causing all this is right there. You see that? That's moving our direction currently. Once that passes by, the wind is going to shift out of the northwest, and then our lives get changed for a few days with those really cold temperatures on the way. We're waiting for a wind shift, right? So it's out of the southwest right now, giving us those temperatures up near 30. That's not normal. The average high being 22. But off to the west, it is beginning to change across the Duluth area with a wind there out of the west. The front has gone through Duluth, and we're beginning the process of cooling off around here. And there's just a lot of cold air to go around. It's just beginning to flood into the Dakotas right now, and then that is going to come over the entire Great Lakes region into the weekend, and that is going to make for some really high heating bills around here as we have a lot of cold air on the way. Okay, right now, though, not so much, right? We're near 30, 31 in Eagle River, 29 for Leona, 36 in Green Bay. So we're melting some snow across parts of central Wisconsin today, but northern Wisconsin, not so much, with temperatures hanging out near freezing. But we're not going to stay there for long. I know you're looking like, where are the temperatures? Well, here they are, 7 tomorrow, 5 on Thursday, 9 on Friday, and the heat wave is going to be on Saturday, a high of 17, and then dropping again Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday. So well below average temperatures through the next 7 to 10 days, and of course, there's a big game at Lambeau on Saturday evening. Okay, so the average high is 22, and again, this is supposed to be on average the coldest week of the year. We might just do it. The average low being 3, 36 below is the record low temperature today back in 1948, and the sun set earlier at 4:44. All right, so the surface map shows are a little low just to the north of us right now. That is scooting out of here as we speak. That'll bring some snow to the east coast tomorrow. For us, though, that high pressure is going to build in, and it is a cold high pressure. It's going to stay with us, too, for several days. So here's system 1. It's going to follow this front across the east coast, bringing them snow tomorrow. For us, though, we just have lots of cold air over a wide open, 7% ice-covered Lake Superior. That's going to give us some lake effect snow beginning tonight as we shift that wind out of the northwest. west, and that snow is going to begin to add up. We're talking about probably 6 to 10 inches of snow. Go Gilbert Range, on Tanagan, Keweenaw Peninsula. So if you're heading up that direction, lots of snow for them. For us, though, the system snow has gone out of here. See you later. Lots of cloud cover out there now. Here's tonight about 10:30 or so, looking at lots of clouds. Lake effect then kicks in overnight tonight, and a couple of these could reach into Vilas County, Forest County, Oneida County as well. Not a lot, but a little. Heavier snow further north, and that will keep going throughout the day tomorrow into tomorrow night with lots of heavy snow up there. For the rest of us, though, we clear out for Thursday. Don't forget your sunglasses Thursday afternoon. Our forecast tonight, though, is lots of flurries out there, some lake effect, heavier lake effect snow north. Falling temperatures down near 1 by early parts of tomorrow morning. For tomorrow, all right, partly cloudy skies, windy. That northwest wind could gust near 30, making that 7 feel much colder. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow, a little bit of lake effect snow north. Thursday, just cold. Friday, just cold. Our next chance for snow gets in here Saturday, and maybe a 1 to 3 incher Saturday afternoon with a high temperature near 17. Nate?
Could be a cold one for that playoff game. Thank you, Jeff. My sports partner Griffin Stroin and myself will actually be making the drive to Green Bay for the Packers game this Saturday. We'll be cruising along in our trusty RAV4. But for some fans, especially 49er backers from the West Coast, they'll be taking a more expensive route. Nick Harrington has more.
A luxurious way to travel, eliminating most of the stress that comes with flying commercial. An option some will be exploring leading up to this weekend.
We've seen upwards of 100 planes in a single day.
Jet Air Operations Manager Dylan Massey is referring to private planes flying into Austin Straubel Airport. But ever since COVID, those numbers have been down.
This year it's picked up. I'd say probably close to 50%. We haven't seen the total volume that we normally would still.
Massey is expecting between 60 to 80 private planes will fly into the area for Saturday's game. He says some feel more comfortable chartering a plane.
People maybe don't have the level of money to own a plane, but they kind of evaluate and they're like, well, I'd rather fly my family in a safer fashion. So it's actually picked up quite a bit as far as charter traffic goes.
CEO for Discover Green Bay, Brad Toll, spoke to us on Sunday about what the playoffs do for the area's local economy, saying private jets like this one coming into the area provide a boost.
They're all being fueled here at our airport. They're all being serviced. They're being catered, and they're not typically catering chips and salsa. Those are some pretty nice amenities that are loaded onto the aircraft.
And that's good news for Jet Air, as planes from the West Coast will need fuel for their trip back.
Coming from San Francisco, a lot of that traffic, you sell more fuel when they're coming from California than when they're coming from Minneapolis or Detroit.
Saying even if it doesn't look like a lot is going on outside of the hangar, it will be full of jets this weekend. In Ashwaubenon, Nick Harrington, Fox 11 News.
In many parts of the northern U.S., when lakes and rivers freeze over, they can be used as roads. Unfortunately for one woman, her car fell through the ice, but she didn't react how you'd expect. We'll break that all down after the break.
Northwoods Accents, located in Mercer, features a wide variety of high-quality custom log and rustic furniture, all made in the USA. View our best craft living room sets, handmade products from local craftsmen, Denali blankets to warm your winter. All products have year-round low prices with no sales pressure. The owner is available to assist you with any questions. Stop by Northwoods Accents, 5079 US Highway 51 in Mercer.
Menards has everything you need for your painting project. We have the best brands, quality, and prices on paints from Pittsburgh. Grand Distinction is a paint and primer in one with a distinctively rich color. A gallon is $19.98 after $14 rebate. Get the floor of your dreams with Menards' huge selection of Shaw flooring. From luxurious carpet to durable laminate flooring and waterproof vinyl plank. Find the perfect addition to your home. Save big on Shaw flooring.
Save big money at Menards.
Play your way. Dine your way. Stay your way. Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. Win your way.
I just want our kids to be kids again. Play sports, go to school, without having to worry all the time.
So when we learned the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for kids age 5 and up,
we talked to their doctor, and she helped our family decide to get our sons vaccinated right away.
And to keep taking safety steps in public, too.
Help your kids stay safe and in school. Find a free COVID-19 vaccine for kids near you at dhs.wi.gov/COVID-19/parents.
In the social media age, we're used to seeing people post selfies online. However, a life-threatening moment may not be the best time to do so. But that's what one woman in Canada was doing as her car sank into a frozen river. However, that's not the only crazy thing that happened. Dave Carbonneau explains.
A dangerous situation after a bizarre scene. Around 4:30 Sunday afternoon, a driver was seen speeding across the frozen Rideau River in Manotick, then forced to stand on top of her car after it broke through the ice.
Like, I've been around water long enough to know that if things go bad, it can get worse quickly.
Zachary King was there when it happened, and with one of his neighbors, jumped into action to help rescue the driver.
She's on top of the car. She's going in.
And so luckily one of my other neighbors, Rob Krover, had a rope that he had got. And so he ran back to his place to grab one of his kayaks off his kayak rack. And I was entangling the rope. He got back. We tied the rope to the kayak and then just got it out to her.
The driver saved just in time.
It's like everything worked out perfectly. Like, it got her on the kayak, pulled her in, and as soon as we pulled her in, the car went under fully.
What hasn't been explained, this image, the driver appears to be taking a selfie on the car just before it's fully submerged and before she's out of danger.
Then we pull her out and we're like, what the hell are you doing? And she was like, oh, just having fun. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I'd totally do that again. Like, word for word, that's what she said.
We just look out, there's just a lady just standing on her car.
Oh, somebody drove a car in the river.
Other people witnessing the rescue couldn't believe what they were seeing.
From where it is there's all these pylons, so it's like the weakest spot in the lake.
24 hours later, the car is almost fully submerged.
She came from like a long way down the lake. She was driving for a while.
You don't expect your kids to have to watch out for a car zipping down on a frozen river. So.
This security camera footage from Sasha Guerra's backyard shows the car speeding down the river at what witnesses say was about 60 kilometers per hour.
Essentially, the kids were just playing out on the backyard hockey rink. And while they were skating, they kind of just saw this yellow Subaru kind of zipping down the river. They were caught off a bit by surprise.
Police say the driver has been charged with 1 count of dangerous driving.
Definitely a wild day in the quiet village of Manotick, that's for sure.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Maybe you're thinking about updating your shower one day, but you have a whole ton of questions and you don't know who to ask. Well, today your questions are going to be answered by a certified jacuzzi installer, Corey Gottlieb. And Corey's my son, by the way. Corey, thanks for joining us.
Dad, thanks for having me.
Corey, Linda wrote in and she wants to know, what's your favorite part of being a bath installer?
That's a great question, Linda. I love my job. At the end of the day, seeing the look on their faces, it really means a lot to me. I love what I do and it's very special.
So Sue wants to know, she's got a bathtub and she doesn't take baths anymore. She would love to put in a low step-in shower, and you can do that, can't you?
We do it all the time. We take out an old tub, we put in a nice new easy step-in shower. Very, very simple.
Yeah, very safe for people too. So, and you can add well-placed grab bars for people. You put them at the height they want.
Wherever they need them.
So you can work with them and put their grab bars, their grab shelves, whatever they need to give them a much safer shower.
And that's very important.
Emmett wants to know about warranties. He says, warranties are really important to me. You offer a lifetime warranty. How can you be so confident about a lifetime warranty?
Unlike other companies, we take everything out right to the bottom, right down to the studs, and get a completely new fresh start.
So you tear out the existing tile, pan, everything?
Tile, wallboard, whatever we need to replace, it's a fresh start.
Even the plumbing?
We always have a licensed plumber on staff. Take out the old plumbing.
So everything's new behind the walls, so people don't have to worry about a thing.
All new and lifetime warranted.
That's great. Corey, Cindy wants to know what to expect when a bath installer shows up at their home. What happens?
Well, first off, we arrive on time. We'll go over, review the project together, and we'll lay our runners and our tarps down and treat your home as if it were our own.
So you protect everything, right? You cover everything in the
Floors,
bathroom?
Vanities, toilet, bathroom floor, everything.
Thanks for joining us, Corey. Jacuzzi has some really exciting offers. Take a look.
Let's make your tired old bathroom look beautiful again. Save now with 75% off installation, plus a free upgrade to stylish black fixtures. Call 1-800-Tundraland or visit Tundraland.com today.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
But that I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Well, Jeff, as a meteorologist, you're obviously very good with weather, but as we were just discussing in the break, you didn't realize that there were humans that existed before Homo sapiens.
Well, okay.
I'm now questioning
in the prompter, it says modern humans. Read this story.
I will.
Tell me if it makes sense or not.
We'll roll to it, all right? So we have some new research coming out that says modern humans, Homo sapiens, are much older than we had previously thought, okay? So they found these remains back in the 60s. They were thought to be about 200,000 years old, right? Turns out they're actually at least 230,000 years old. So there's an extra 30,000 years tacked on. Like, if you looked at the science, Jeff, come on. This is fascinating stuff.
I can't get into it.
I thought you, of all people, would love this story.
Get into it. Let's talk weather. Can we talk weather? It's
I
much more
guess that's the only thing you...
So we're going to get cold. Not really right now, but later on tonight, and then throughout the day, tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, we're talking single-digit high temperatures, and then big game Saturday night. It's not, I mean, the warmest day out of the next 7 will most likely be on Saturday with a high temperature around 17. So the snow is kind of pulling out of here now. See you later. Lake effect snow kicks in for the UP overnight tonight. But look at temperatures currently in the 30s because we have a south wind that's going to kick out of the west, though, tonight. You're going to know it when the front goes through. The wind's going to shift and pick up, and their gusts are 30 miles per hour. It's going to really drop our temperatures tomorrow morning. In fact, look at the high tomorrow, 7 and 5 Thursday, Friday, 9, and there's that heat wave on Saturday with a high of 17.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's some people with tickets that are happy that it's only going to be 17 and not a lot worse.
It's sitting 17-degree weather. We gotta
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 6.